You ever been lost in a foreign country and you ask a stranger, hey, how do I get to the train station? Can I get a quesadilla? And then you get looked at like, it is much easier to hate somebody that doesn't speak your language. So in today's video, I'm going to be going over 11 words that you should know before going into your first tech sales interview. Howdy y'all, Big Country here. I got my start in tech sales as an SDR, and now I am a headhunter for senior level technology sales professionals. The reason I'm making this video today is because when I first got my start as an SDR at a technology sales consultancy firm, I did not know any of these words beforehand, and it took me a much longer time to get spun up on everything and start sounding like a smart person. So knowing these words before going into your first interview will not only make you speak the language of the hiring manager a lot more, but it's going to make for a shorter learning curve, and it's also going to help you understand what you're getting yourself into. Word number one. Word number one is XDR. Reason I say this is because the job title of an entry-level tech salesperson often starts with a letter or a word followed by development representative. It could also be followed by development executive or development specialist, solution person, whatever. But the most common ones are sales development representative, business development representative, lead development representative, market development representative, and all these are abbreviated. So SDR, BDR, LDR, MDR, yada, yada, you get the picture. This is the person who's booking the meetings. This is not the job that you want to be in long term. This is where you get your start. This is where you prove yourself. You get exposure to the industry, and you ramp up and learn how to become a closer, which goes into word number two. Word number two acronym is AE. I did not know what an AE until I had been an SDR for about 4 months. An AE is normally the next level that you want to go to. That is a account executive. That's a full cycle closing role. Maybe you're just closing at the end of the day. AE or account executive is the most common job title in technology companies for the full cycle sales rep who holds a revenue style quota. Other acronyms or other things that this normally goes by is SE for sales executive, and account managers sometimes can be the same type of job. Oftentimes they're focused on renewals, but that is shortened to AM most of the time. Word number three. Word number three is another team member. This is going to be an SE or an SC most of the time. What this person is either a sales engineer or a solutions consultant. What this person is doing is they are a more technically inclined resource that often tag teams with the closer or account executive. And this person is there to provide real technical details on the solution to the technical resources on the customer side or to the IT department. A lot of software products, SaaS products, cannot be sold without folks like this, because understanding a prospect or a customer's environment is absolutely critical to being able to build an actual proof of concept or a proof of value, a POC, prior to actually being able to make the sale. Word number four. Word number four is BDM. So this is one of the hairy ones, y'all. A BDM or business development manager can mean all types of things. So if you hear this during your interview, might not be a bad idea to ask what that actually means. 9 times out of 10, what it's normally going to be is a business development manager, maybe a sales development manager. What this person is doing is literally just managing the BDRs, the SDRs, the MDRs, whatever you have over there. Sometimes this will actually be more of an AE or an account executive style role where they are doing some type of other type of business development, maybe developing business on the channel end, or maybe they're just selling stuff. Maybe that's all it is. Sometimes this will be a sales quarterback. So maybe they'll be managing the team, but they'll also be doing their own prospecting, their own lead generation, while also closing their own deals. There's really a whole swath of what a BDM could be at the company that you're interviewing for. Word number five. So we're moving out of the acronyms at this point. The next couple of ones are going to be words that are just abbreviations or just other words that are great to know for a sales interview, getting into tech sales in general. Word number five is an abbreviation. It's OP. So rather than saying opportunity, you can say op. What a op is a prospect or a situation that has passed the sniff test by either sales or marketing to say, all right, this person is not just a tire kicker, or maybe this person is actually qualified. Maybe we could actually see a sale happening here. They pass that initial sniff test and then switch stages into either an MQL, which is a marketing qualified lead, or a SQL, a sales qualified lead. This could also be called an SKO, a sales qualified opportunity. What this means is that, hey, this is pipeline that might actually close down the line. This is a real chance that the company might make some money off of this. Word number 6. I can't believe I didn't know this one until like 6 months into my SDR career, but SaaS, this is software as a service. This is basically what your industry that you're getting into is, unless you sell hardware or, CCaaS or something like that. But software as a service, all that is you're selling software built on a recurring basis, maybe every year, maybe every month, that kind of thing. The software is owned by something else. So if you think about it as a personal person, rather than buying a nice box with cellophane over it and installing it on your computer, this is more like a Netflix type deal where you pay monthly and then get access to the software as a business. 7, quota. I think most people know what a quota is. Cops, we all know they got to make their quota. That's why you're getting pulled over and you're getting hassled by them. For salespeople, all this is a professional goal. If you are an SDR, a BDR, you're the lead generation person, your quota is normally going to be something to the effect of either ops in the amount of revenue that's generated, that's qualified opportunity revenue, meetings booked or meetings that have occurred, or SQLs or MQLs or something like that. So it could either be, hey, book this many meetings, or have this many good meetings, or op type meetings. Word number 8 is KPI. This is key performance indicators. This relates in a lot of different ways to the technology business model. So for the actual founders, for the owners of the company, they're going to be tracked on like what their gross revenue is, what their churn rate is. Not going to get into that today. For when you first start out and you're just interviewing for your entry-level technology sales position, your KPIs are probably going to look like dials, numbers of calls made, numbers of emails sent, maybe numbers of LinkedIn connections or messages sent, connection rate, how often prospects are picking up the phone, and other stuff like that. But KPIs are a way of tracking how good a rep is doing in numerical form. 9 is metrics. If you say the word metrics during an interview, it's likely to earn you some slight brownie points for coming off like you did your research. Metrics in a lot of ways is the same thing as KPIs. It's just another way to say, hey, what are your metrics? What are your success metrics is something I say a lot. How many times have you hit quota? How many meetings did you book? These are all examples of your metrics. 10, real fundamental ones, CRM or customer relationship manager. Most common one out there is Salesforce. This is where all the contact info for your prospects and your customers lives. So this is essentially the brain book or the database where all your customer information is, where all your prospect information is, where you keep track of everything, how a sales organization, how a revenue or a marketing organization stays organized and updates regularly so that they can keep running the business smoothly and keep making more sales over time. 11, this is a fun one to use. This is integrations. When you hear about integrations, what that means normally when it relates to a SaaS or a software product is, does this software talk to this software? So for example, I have an integration set up so that when somebody books a meeting on my Calendly link, there is a Zapier integration that then takes that data, that first name, last name, into my Google contacts. So if that person calls me before or afterwards, I see who they are on my phone when I'm calling. So I'm not like, who's this? Who's that? So integrations are they're really big when it comes to proving if a software product for a business is a viable buy. And the reason for that is, let's say they have maybe a CRM and you're selling them a product that doesn't integrate with it. Not cute, not a good idea. So that's integrations. All right, that was 11. I'm going to give you 2 bonus ones. These ones are just words that you're probably going to hear all the time, and so it wouldn't hurt to throw in for an interview for a little garnish. So bonus word number 1 is solution. Solution is used all the time. A solution could be a software product. It could be a service. Basically, a solution is exactly what it sounds like. What solution are you using for performance tracking, or what solution are you using for latency monitoring? These are all words that you're probably going to be saying at some point. What solutions have you explored in the past when trying to figure out what software somebody's used? Solution is just more often than not another fancy way of saying software or product. All right, and then my favorite one, the second bonus word is leverage. You're going to hear this a lot. In my opinion, it's just a fancy word for the word use. So what you might hear is, how are you leveraging the internet to excel and drive revenue throughout your organization. What this means is, what software are you using? So you can say stuff like like big country, you can say non-fancy stuff, or you can say fancy stuff and come off like a Harvard Law School professor. So anyway, guys, I hope this has been helpful. I've been big, you've been country. Like this video, subscribe to my channel, leave me a comment letting me know what questions you have or what you want to see next time. Bang the notification bell, and I will see you next time.